So, the story I'm going to be telling you all today, it's a very supernatural story. Probably the most supernatural story I will tell up to date until something else supernatural happens in this town. But for right now, here's the story of the ghost white midget Bigfoot on Maple Street. That's probably the craziest title I've ever come up with by far. So I was with a big group of people, the people I can remember in it. For right now, at least, it was my friend Charles Jensen, Scott Jensen, Austin Broadbeck, my friend Kenny Harrigan, my friend Willie Torres and his girlfriend at the time, and I think a few other people I can't really remember. And we were just hanging out. We were, I think we were trying to play Manhunt. And what I mean by Manhunt, I think we were literally wrestling and acting like a bunch of jackasses in the soccer field across the street from Charles Jensen's house. I guess Willie and his girlfriend got sick of us acting like a bunch of dipshits and, you know, watching me run around the field with my shirt over my head. They decided to go on a walk for a little bit. That lasted about a good 20 minutes because they came back and their faces were like ghost white. They looked like they had seen a ghost or a zombie or something. They had told us they had seen something very obscure and very weird, and they wanted us to follow them to where it was. So we went to this cul-de-sac that's right by Charles Jensen's house, and on there's a bunch of senior citizens that live there. And there's a bunch of bushes there too. While we were there, Willie and his girlfriend told us to go into this, like, you know, this specific spot and look right. So as a group, we all went in and we looked right, and what we had seen was just something that was white. It was probably about maybe this tall. It was probably about 4 feet. Maybe that's, I don't think that's 4 feet. That's probably about 5 feet. Probably as big as this lamp right here. I couldn't really make out a shape. I mean, it looked sort of like a human. I don't know, well, not a human. I mean, obviously it wasn't a human, but it was something white. We couldn't tell if it was fuzzy. We couldn't tell if it was a ghost. We couldn't tell if it was like a little creature or some short. I said it wrong. We couldn't tell if it was like some kind of creature or some sort of, I don't know, thing that lives here on the earth that has a weird scientific name to it. Some people were saying it was a ghost. Some people were saying it looked like a little Yeti sort of thing. So I concluded it was a ghost white midget Bigfoot because it was small, it looked fuzzy. I think it did have pretty big feet. I really don't remember. It seemed to have like a little weird glow to it, sort of. Not, well, a little light glow. I'm not talking like really bright, like the lights that are lighting me up right now. Even the one on the camera, which is blinding me right now. Ow. Ooh. It was like a very faint little glow to it. We didn't really know what to do. We were standing there for about a good 10 minutes until we dared Charles Jensen to go touch it. So Charles Jensen and his don't give a shit sort of attitude, he did it. He goes up and touches it. He goes, "It doesn't feel like anything." Takes his hand away and just walks back over to us, and we just stared at it the whole time. And so we eventually left. And then I think a day later, I was with Charles and I believe Scott. We went over there and it was gone. I mean, it was daylight, but we didn't know what the hell it was, and it was pretty weird. As time went on that day, I noticed we were close by a street called Maple Street. It reminded me an episode from the Twilight Zone called "The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street." So I think what had happened was, somehow, some way, some shape or form, or matter, or science, I don't know, we had traveled through a different universe. We had somehow unlocked a key to a door to a different universe, not only of sight and sound, but of mind. No logic whatsoever. We literally were in the Twilight Zone. At least I think. We might still be in it for all I know, but that was pretty crazy. If you ever want to travel into a different universe, come down to Union Beach, New Jersey to Maple Street, and you might travel into a new dimension or universe or whatever the hell it is, and you might be in the Twilight Zone. Or maybe not. I don't know. And before you all go, one little warning. Just check under your bed, just in case. Because you don't know. Because there might be a ghost of a white midget Bigfoot from Maple Street living under your bed. Alright, that's my story for today. See you all later.